Chris, we're on 4,300 or so as we speak right now. That confirms what we knew. Fans just want to be here supporting their team.
Well, I didn't know that, so thanks for sharing that with us. That's unbelievable. Like I said to all the rest of the press, to be here and share it with us, I'm very thankful of that. And we're going to make sure we represent everybody's energy and optimism, and we want to make sure that we represent our own. And we can share it, which is the most important thing in any sports, is sharing, and we can share it with our great supporters.
Thinking back to your playing days and you stood in that tunnel, it's the first game of the season, you're at home. What's the nervous energy like? What's the feeling like amongst the group?
Well, I weren't too good. I was normally on the bench or something like that, so I was okay. No, it's unbelievable, especially when it's a bigger occasion, and we're all different. I tended to do better in the bigger occasion, but everybody's different. But in terms of being in that tunnel and getting ready, yeah, the goosebumps will be on the arms, the adrenaline will be running, but you got to make sure you think clean in that. You know, you got to get excited, but you got to stay in control, and in that, then you can perform to your best of abilities, and hopefully they'll look after you. It's
when you finish the warm up and things like that, and the lads are heading back to the tunnel, and there's that noise, the crescendo, it all rises. We've forgotten about things like that, haven't we?
Yeah, it is soon. Everything's soon forgotten. That's what happens in life. It moves on, doesn't it? And hopefully we can have normality. But it 100% spurs you on. Emotion does. Your driver is generally from an emotion, and if you want to do it and have a will to do it, and hear a support for wanting you to do it, it only makes it even stronger. So we've got to enhance them shouts and feelings and supports, and make sure it takes our football even up. You know, takes us to another place.
And that group behind the dugouts in the paddock, there's always interaction. Sometimes it's pointed, things like that. It's all part of the game that you want.
Definitely, I enjoy it. I really do. It's a workingman's sport. We shouldn't forget that. It's a lot different, isn't it, at the higher echelons of football now. Some places you can't even interact with any sort of player, etc. But no, here is brilliant. It's very interactive, and it's great having a difference within that, and you know, opinions. But ultimately, we want to try and control all them opinions, and the only way you can do that is by winning games. So we want to win.
You said this earlier, the first game is important, but it's one of 46, it's one of over 50 in all competitions, so it's important, but there's perspective.
Yeah, it's like anything you're doing in your life, you know, if we're going on a journey over hopefully a 9-month period, and we can do it just over that period. Of course, you get excited about the first one. You get excited about your first day on holiday, don't you? But you've got another, if you're lucky enough to have 2 weeks, you've got another 13 days. We've got the rest of the season. So it's vital that we look to prepare correctly and do our best, but to keep an eye on the longer games and gains, definitely. But I do want, obviously, us representing everybody to the best of our abilities.
And you mentioned what Hayden Mullins has done. He's gone for the likes of Cole Skews and Freddie Sears and players like that. There's experience in there, so they will be a different beast.
Yeah, obviously he's played at high level himself as a player, but as a younger manager, he's probably going to get a lot of support and help off them in these changing rooms. So yeah, I'm sure he's done that for a rhyme and reason. He wouldn't have just done that because it's mates rates. He'll definitely be looking at what he can do and what he can try and do this season at Colchester, and good luck to him. He seems like a great bloke. He spent, you know, when he was helping out his manager at the time last season and stuff, he's always spent 5-10 minutes before a game as a football chat. So whether he can do that this time around, I'm not sure, but he seems like a great bloke, so good luck to him. But better luck to him after Saturday anyway.
It's one that everybody's looking forward to. What's the feeling in the group? It's the first week of the season. You've said that to the other lads in the press conference. Does it feel like that with them? Oh yeah, we're a club. We don't go away. We don't go for a pre-season tour. There's less financials. But we've had great weather. Dave's done an unbelievable job with the main pitch and the training ground. We've utilised that twice a day.
got the sprinkler system on, so the grass is in perfect condition. We've worked very hard on it to make sure we're ready for this. But we've got to put the foundation in to make sure we're ready for the longer journey. But of course we want to come out the blocks, but I'm sure Colchester have the same ambitious feelings, but we'll have to make sure over a period of games we get it right.
Just final one, Chris. I know quite a few fans spotted the chat with yourself and Zach when he was substituted. We were concerned up in the press box. Is there a concern with him? Are you able to say anything about that?
Yeah, well, he's the only player not to, out of all our planning, he's the only lad who didn't actually start and complete 90 minutes out of everybody. That's everybody. So, the plan was for him to fulfil the game against Halifax, but he tightened up. He wasn't quite right, so it was right he came off, and it's right that we try our best to get him right for Saturday. But it's also right, if he's not in the best position for him to be right for Saturday, that we do think about the games we've just talked about, because you don't want to force something and then miss more. So it's important to get that right. So we're currently working on that, and we'll have to wait and see in the next 48 hours.